Not great news for Manchester United. We're talking about a big bombshell. Let's talk about the bomb squad. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, new stadium. How are they going to pay for it? Well, they want to charge fans £4,000 for a season ticket license. This comes from the US of A. And NFL new stadiums, you have to buy a PSL, which is a permanent seat license or a professional seat license. It's an acronym used in multiple different ways where you charge a one-time fee and then the fan has a right to buy that seat over the next 30 years. And so the way it would work is like a country club. You join, you pay a fee. I'm not a member of any country club, but I've heard, you pay a permanent fee. That fee is held in bond, basically. And then when you leave, you get your fee back. So say if I had a season ticket, I pay the $4,000, then I pay every year for my season ticket. And then say if I want to get rid of it, then I sell it to another fan and then they pay me that $4,000 back over time. So it's sort of a one-time charge to the fans to try to raise more cash, get more out of that bloodstone. I feel like this is a horrible idea from Sir Jim. If he knows anything about the fans, if he knows anything about the season tickets, he's already increased the prices. And this is just going to go down like bad milk. This is like,
oh my God, it's going to be unpopular.
How much money can you actually raise doing this too? It just seems like this is a $2 billion stadium and you're going to just try to milk some more out of the fans. I just hate this from Sir Jim, and he just seems to be, stepping on rakes here when it comes to the new stadium and just the business side of Manchester United.
I mean, you talk about how you finance a stadium. This would certainly help. Obviously, the worst kind of adoptions of American sport, and this is something that unfortunately has become quite prevalent, especially with new stadium builds in the U.S. We saw it right with the Yankees, and some of the prices for the PSL you see a lot higher in the States. I mean, you sometimes see
it's like
$30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per seat.
It also gets more expensive by where your seat is.
Of course,
right?
So there's tiers
if you're
to it.
Sitting, in a very nice section, it could be $20,000. But let's say new stadium, 100,000 seater.
Times
you
4K.
say, hey, 60,000 of those are season tickets times 4,000. You're looking at $240 million.
It's
a good amount of money, but are you going to get that out of people? And this is kind of, we said when they showed this stadium, first of all, I don't like the design. I think it's the antithesis of the region, right? Like if you're building a new stadium in Saudi Arabia and it looked like this, I think it's fine. If you're building like the industrial north of England, I just feel like the current Old Trafford model it fits in the landscape. I just really like the architecture, and you could do a modern view of that. And this just kind of Space Needle, Seattle. Then you got sort of the cover. I don't really rate this stadium anyway, and it's too expensive. You could build $1 billion stadium and have it be fine. Why do you need a $2 billion? You could build $1 billion 100,000 seater stadium. Just make it cheaper. This just seems to be the deluxe version. We don't have the money, more debt, charging the fans more money. I don't like this.
And we're the biggest club in the world, so we should have one of the most grandiose stadiums in the world. I think the ambition is right. Aesthetics, I'll leave it to everyone else's own to make up their own decision. I like the ambition of it, but at the same time, this is coming, sir. I know this is coming because the price is actually reasonable, in their minds on an England perspective, because it's not $40,000. If they voted $30,000, they'd burn the bitch down.
Well,
but I think what you're going to see is this for fans like us. Overseas fans who are not local, who don't have a Manchester address, who they can justify selling a PSL, where the local fans wouldn't give a shit, help finance the stadium, and they can ring it out to the internationals.
This is an all-encompassing PSL. This is not just
like you said, it's going to go down like fucking anthrax. It's like people are either going to burn the mother down. They were freaking out about 20% increase in season ticket costs. This is like a big lump sum when you consider how much money that is to many local folks. So this is going to be extremely unpopular, but Ratcliffe has been not shy about doing extremely unpopular things, has he?
Well, let's just be honest what this does. I mean, if you watch American sports, and so I'm a New York Giants fan, football fan, the old Meadowlands, they had fans, it was packed with local fans all the time. There were no PSLs. They knocked down the old Meadowlands. They built the monstrosity that is MetLife Stadium. It has no soul. It's horrible. You look at any other stadium, we don't want to get into where the money went, but I think we all know North Jersey. Watch The Sopranos, you get an idea.
No show jobs
where the money went. But they put PSLs in, and now all the seats are corporate. So no fans are actually in the good seats, right? All the fans are in the cheap seats. They did the same thing with the Yankees when they built new Yankee Stadium. I don't know if they have PSLs, but all the really good seats are corporate, and they're empty. They're empty during all the games, and so you watch the game, and like the best seats in the house are empty, and then like all the fans are in the bleachers, and that's just what's happened in the tri-state area. I'm not really familiar with others, but it just rips the soul out of the team. And the one thing about Manchester United is like it's the whole club and the whole stadium experience is the antithesis of that. It's basically all local fans. It's the hardcore fans. You know, we're in the Stretford End. Our season tickets are there. It's like we have to attend and be guaranteed on like 90% attendance to even have a shot at those tickets. So it's quite a commitment for us to even like have these season tickets. And the fact that they're going to put a higher price tag on that is just something that is just anti-fan. And Ratcliffe has been anti-fan coming in. He's tried to communicate, try to create some sob story about it, but I just feel like getting rid of all the cost-cutting measures he did where they killed the fun for the ex-players. Now they're going to like take more money from loyal fans. Like people are not going to pay this. People will not pay this, and then it will kill the atmosphere of Old Trafford. And if you don't have that atmosphere, you know, what do you have?
No, it's kind of a, you know, juxtaposition of like what is really fun and amazing about English football, especially with the tiers and all the different levels that all the teams that exist, is like it hasn't just been washed over by a sea of cash. It's starting to happen, but a sea of cash that's kind of taken a lot of the personality of American sports. Like you said, the Yankee Stadium back in the day was a totally different element than when they redid the stadium, charged a way higher seat fee than this, and now it is corporate, and it just doesn't have the same like character. And Manchester United, you know, we have a lot of international fans, but we have a lot of local fans as well, and it's still brimming with character. Even the international fans, I feel like, bring character as well, their own kind of flavor to it. So this, we have to be very dangerous. It's coming, sir. It feels like money's washing over everything these days, especially football. It's accelerating with the sovereign ownership, more private equity ownership, and it feels like, given the fact that he has so few options, he's not above this. He's shown, I mean, he's done things that are make less sense and make less money than this would.
This is coming because they don't have the money.
No, they're broke.
And so they're just you know what they're doing? They're just like breaking the fans back, you know, and that really sucks. But, you know, it's unfortunate as season ticket holders in the Stretty, like to me, it's going to, you know, that's like one of the most important things. Like, you know, I have, you know, there's a famous sign at Manchester United games where, you know, it's like God, family, Manchester United, you know, like I just feel like those season tickets, it's like I got my family, I got my Manchester United season tickets, or, you know, it's like that's such an important thing to me that we would pay this. But, you know, and I hate to admit that. It's sad to admit it, that I would pay.
We're against it.
I'm against it, but like you got me by the balls. Where am I gonna go? I can't. Like I'm in this club till I die, and these season tickets are good. I want to pass them down to my kids, and we go every year. We go multiple times a year, and it's something that I cherish more than anything. And you know, at the end of the day, like they're just exploiting that loyalty. They're exploiting that loyalty that we have for the club, and it's tragic.
It's the thing I value most. That's a commercial thing about the only thing that I have to pay for that, like about, you know, outside my family and my friends, it's like, you know, that's like not money involved, but this is the only thing that like involves money that's like at a very, very high level. And people would pay this, but like that's the problem is he's
exploiting fan loyalty, which is why we were there before the Arsenal game, protesting in solidarity with the 1958. And the American Red Devils are always back, Glazers out, and Ineos out at the moment because what we're hearing, this is going to destroy the soul of this club, and we do not stand for it. You know, and you got to check out our match day vlogs on YouTube about us going to the protest. You know, because we've been there, we've been protesting ever since. The Glazers actually own this club. Green and gold to the club is sold, and the way this is going is very dangerous for fans, and we have to be educated, and we have to push back and loud. I want there to be more protests this season against this specifically because we're already seeing too much, and you know, this club can't go this direction.